Congratulations, you're done working. Come retire here in Massachusetts. Hey everyone, my name is Matt Swierk, and some of you know I'm a local real estate expert. I'm a personal performance coach that deal with mindset and wealth building. Just started a touring company in Tanzania, Africa. Why else would I wear a shirt with animals on it? However, what is this channel all about? Well, we talk everything about Massachusetts, whether it's places to go, people to see, things to eat, things to keep you amused. You name it, we cover it. Today we're going over some of the best retirement communities in Massachusetts. So we appreciate all the support on the channel. We have a lot of people that reach out. You have questions, we have answers. Reach out to us any way possible. Definitely click the little bells. Well, first you gotta hit the subscribe button, then you click that little bell. What does that do? That's gonna give you a notification every time we make a new video. So we hope you appreciate what we have, or not even appreciate, we hope you find it semi-entertaining. So one thing you have to remember, when it comes to Massachusetts, we've always got your back. All right, so we're gonna dive into some of the retirement communities. We're not gonna do all 12 of them today because that would take too long, and we know sometimes the attention span could be a little bit smaller, so we don't wanna bore you. You guys know that sometimes we go fast and furious. I love saying that term. So let's dive right in. There's no specific order. We got these actually scrolling through the internet. Something popped up from World Atlas and talked about Massachusetts retired communities. I'm like, this is great. We did one in the past, so let's dive in. So we're going out towards Western Mass. If you can imagine, cost is going to be a big concern when it comes to retiring, especially here in Massachusetts. As we went in the other videos, yes, there's some affordable communities. Are they the best to retire? I can't tell you that. We're just giving you some information. You can say, hey, this looks like an interesting place. So we're going to go out towards Pittsfield. That's out in Berkshire County. This is full of urban charm, just, really beautiful place. Anywhere out in Western Mass, as far as the Berkshires, great as far as foliage. We're about to hit that season. It's funny because we've had these weird shifts of weather, and things were looking like they were going downhill with temperatures, and then bam, like we're up in the 90s. The kids were all like, we're sweating in school, keep the kids at home. And all the parents are like, are you kidding me? I walked to school both ways, uphill in the snowstorms without shoes. Back when I had concrete underwear. Okay, anyway, stone underwear. Bad dad joke. So Pittsfield's really great. I mean, it's a bustling community, lots of outdoor scenery. I mean, you can't go wrong as far as the outdoors there. The downtown area is awesome. There's a great museum, the Berkshire Museum, that has all kinds of different exhibits from zoology to engineering, ancient civilizations. So it makes me think of a show that used to be on TV called Ancient Alien Civilizations. We're not going to go there today. You also have the Barrington Stage Company. There's the Hancock Shaker Village, Herman Melville's Arrowhead, lots of things. If you like the outdoors, there's Lake Onata, there's the Taconic Mountains. What's great about this is the average home price, or the median home price, is just about $185,000. That is less than half of the state average. So that's good as far as affordability, and there is a great bus system out there. So traveling around town is pretty easy, and that's, we definitely want that as our later years of life. We, hit the easy button over and over and over again and make it simple and easy. All right, Lenox. Now, if you thought Pittsfield was just too big of a bustling metropolis, slide over to Lenox. Definitely a little bit slower, not as many people. There's still a vibrant culture there, and they have a tight community because there's only about 5,000 people there. So you have all kinds of interesting cultural attractions throughout the streets. You got Tanglewood Theater, like that's a big one. Also Shakespeare and Company, they put on different types of shows all year round, so you can't go wrong there. You have the Lenox Library that was built in 1815, and yes, of course, they have everything way back from days past, all the way up to the latest magazines that you need to read. So you can get lost for hours just hanging out reading there and keeping the mind sharp, right? We want to stay focused on the mind as we get older. And the brain, but the mind is more important. as you know, as a mindset guy. All right, so what's cool about Lennox? You have all of the typical, old school, I'll say old school New England architecture. You have all the history here as well. So, we're oozing with history in Massachusetts. Over 37% of Lennox population is senior citizens. So that's great as far as kind of banding together. There's so many natural areas that are beautiful as far as Kennedy Park, Lennox Mountains. So Lennox is a beautiful place, and my head's wrapped around foliage, right? We're starting to make that turn, and sooner than later we're gonna be saying the S word. No, don't say it. That's okay. We love the snow, I think. All right. Okay. Now, some of you know I have kids, and we like to do a lot of fairs. We did some videos on fairs in the past. Why am I bringing this up? There's something called the Big E. Now, we're not talking about fairs in this video, so you're like, Matt, what's going on here? We're talking about West Springfield, and the Big E is in Springfield, so like neighboring right there. And we're going to be going out there, and I think Tyler's going to have me do a video, or I think I want to do a video of going out, and you can watch us gain a couple extra pounds and just buy ridiculous things that we don't need. It's a really cool place, and it started off as like a 4-H. I'm going too deep on the Big E, so I'm going to back out of that. But West Springfield, so you have the proximity of Springfield, you have the proximity of all the major roads. Major roads being I-91 that goes straight up and down through Western Mass. You also have Route 5 as well. Actually, Route 5 is this way, because if we think all the even numbers across all of our states go this way, horizontally, and vertically is all the odd numbers. So if you didn't know that, there's a little road history for you. What makes West Springfield cool? So you got it's a very homely environment. It's not as busy as Springfield. Springfield has a lot of great things. I keep gravitating for Springfield. A lot of small cafes, restaurants, all kinds of shops. You're looking for a little bit bigger of an experience, you can go to the Holyoke Mall. Not as big as the Mall of America. Yes, I got some roots from Minnesota. I'm not from Minnesota, as one of my good buddies is always like, you're from Minnesota. I'm like, no, my family moved out there a long time ago. But it's cool because they actually have a very dense suburban design. So getting around and walking, like everything is right there. So whether it's the medical center, food or schools, you got it. There's lots of green space, a lot of fresh air. Awesome nature trails are on the Westfield River. So that's right there where Springfield is. That's a great community to be in. And the Basketball Hall of Fame in Springfield. So I keep saying Springfield. Okay, we did another video about some, I think, Christmas decorations and Christmas lights, and there was a big thing out in Springfield. So I got Springfield on the mind today. I don't know really what it is. Maybe I should go to Big E tomorrow, because it does open tomorrow. All right, now another big one, fan favorite or Matt favorite when I was growing up as a kid, Agawam. We had a really cool amusement park out there that transformed into Six Flags, right? And so that's a great thing in Agawam, that you maybe you do want to go on some roller coasters. Who knows, right? Be careful of the vertigo. I know that, sometimes we can get vertigo. You can get vertigo at any age. Great as far as bringing families there if you're looking for some, fun, and, it's great for the kids. It's great for everybody. Everyone loves an amusement park. And yeah, go ahead, spend $400,000 to buy some little, or win some little toy that you could have bought for $1 over at the dollar store. All right, so what is Agawam all about? Beautiful, beautiful Connecticut River. Connecticut River is running down the side of this, just like over in West Springfield as far as the Westfield River. I know it's a different river, but you have the water there. I'm a water guy, big time. A lot of natural beauty. This is, kind of a very, kind of that towny feeling, right? And it's great as far as a retirement community. Now, what's awesome is they have the Crestville Country Club, which is a championship 18-hole golf course, right? So that's something you can go there, you can observe and kind of watch if you're like me, that you don't want to keep chasing the ball over the woods. I'm going to change that. I used to be a different version of myself. Now I'm a great golfer. Put the mind to it, right? They also have Robinson State Park. It has over 1,000 acres as far as forests and waters, so it's absolutely great. Now there is a high quality of living for affordable prices out there. It's less than 7% live in poverty, so that's an indicator there as far as how flourishing the town is, and the town's economy really promotes a lot of the industries and businesses. And because of where it's located, great medical facilities, a lot of restaurants, a lot of things to do. So that's a good one to focus on. All right, 2 more we're going to hit for today, and then next week we're going to do the other 6. Chatham. So Chatham, I should have rearranged these because we went from Western Mass way over to the Cape. I have Amherst on the list too, which is going to go way back over there. So again, sometimes there's no method to the madness. Sometimes we're very regimented about how we do things, and I think you can tell by my energy of which way we're going sometimes. All right, so Chatham. Chatham instantly brings me to and I'll say it in my Boston or my Massachusetts accent, the Chatham Bar's Inn, right? The Chatham Bar's Inn. This video is not about hotels. I remember staying there as a kid. It was just this really, really cool place. A lot of sandbars there. This has become like a hotspot for sharks, right? We used to, well, maybe there was sharks in the water before, but we really didn't know about them, and now we see them, and everyone's like, oh my gosh. Just be smart about it, right? Like I saw this video of, it wasn't, no offense, Florida, but it happened to be from Florida. And it literally was a guy on his cell phone who's videotaping this shark that's like a foot in the water, like zipping around all over the place. The fins are everywhere, the tail fin, the big fin. And people are like, oh, look at that thing swimming around. I don't know. You guys are used to alligators too, so maybe sharks in the water is not that big of a deal. But whoa, whoa. So, all right, back to Chatham. Very affluent community. There is actually one of the most expensive areas as far as the Cape is concerned, and you have about 6,000 people living there. There's so many beaches. It's a great retirement area. There's 46% of the population is over 65 years old. Main Street, you want it, you got it. There's so much there, whether you want to get something to eat, go shopping, take a walk. It's the richest town on the Cape, so you got to be ready for that. And the median house value is 3 times more than the state average. But it's worth it because you have a really low crime rate and just a lot of amenities. I mean, if you're on the Cape, you think Chatham, you can't go wrong. All right, rounding off the list, like I said, we just took a road trip from Western Mass way over to Eastern Mass, and now we'll go way back out to Western Mass. Well, not way back out. See, that's my belief system as a kid growing up in the city. I'm like, 1 hour away. Oh my gosh. What are we gonna do? Get the snacks, get the drinks. We're on the road for days. All right, Amherst. Amherst, again, so when you first think Amherst, if you're from around here, you're definitely thinking the colleges. You're thinking UMass, you're thinking Amherst College. There's a lot of institutions out there. Foliage is absolutely beautiful. It's a lively retirement community that's surrounded by a really rich college environment. So, you got to be prepared. If you want to go out and maybe go do some wine tasting, you might have some of the youngins that are around there. So as long as they're not too rambunctious and acting a fool, as old school as I used to say, then you'll be okay. So only 8% of the time, only 8% of the town is kind of focused on retirees as far as over 65. So just kind of keep that in mind. But you have so many college campuses there. There's so much stuff to do. You have farmers markets. Like I said, there's Amherst Farm Winery, Emily Dickinson Museum, the Yiddish Book Center. So there's always something to do. And then you have the town of Northampton that's nearby as well that has more open space, fresh air, fresh travel. So can't go wrong with any of those. All right, 6 of the 12 retirement places in Massachusetts. We teased you a little bit. We'll give you the rest of it next week. And we got another really cool video that's coming up. If you've made it this far, get ready for something different that we're going to be doing, a little vlog Tyler and I have planned. So, you got questions about Massachusetts, you can reach out. Don't be one of those weird people that's like, oh, you can show me around and I can take vacation with you. I'm not taking vacation with you. I have a wife and kids. I'm good. If you happen to be where I am, that's great. But we're not going to plan trips together. I apologize. But if you're looking to rent here, you're looking to buy here, reach out to us. We got a lot of people that do send us messages. Sometimes they go to spam. Sometimes they get lost in the shuffle. Give us the grace to get back to you as quick as possible. I don't appreciate multiple follow-ups. Just, hey, listen, you got to get in touch with me. Call me, do whatever you got to do. We'll get back to you when we can. One thing you have to remember, we appreciate the support of the channel. When it comes to Massachusetts, we've always got your back.